In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
I gotta get a witness. No!
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
That's true. Sometimes I cry.
Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to a very special presentation of the Drunken Peasants Podcast. And if you've heard, I don't know if you've heard, the truth is out now. We've gotten the truth out, and the truth is that we're sweet boys.
Oh, that was it? That was it?
We are sweet boys. Actually, I do have some interesting footage that I captured while I was setting up everything. This is our promo show for our Patreon private show. If you guys want to be a part of that tonight, it's going to be something really interesting. Last March, we did the March Madness of Saturday morning cartoon shows. I think there were 16 entries. Tonight, we're doing the March Madness of 20th century sitcoms. And there's going to be 32 entries.
Yeah, everybody is going to need to come in, watch, vote. It's very important. Your vote matters. I don't know if you guys understand. If Friends wins, you guys have failed me.
See, if I tricked you by watching because of my clickbait, there's something wrong with you. I played you like a fiddle.
To be honest,
you might as well just stay and keep watching.
My twit longer was not because we were sweet boys. I was ready for the shoe to drop.
Yeah?
I thought for sure that we were going to admit that we were sickos. And
no, I'm not ready to admit that yet.
Okay, because I have a whole twit longer I wrote out on the right here. And if we're guiding that one, I'm going to tuck it back. I'm just saying.
The truth is this is a 15-minute ad for Patreon. It's actually, no, it'll probably be a little longer than 15. But, yeah, we are advertising our Patreon. You know, I linked it in the description. I can show you guys a direct link to it. And if you sign up for Patreon, $5 or more, that link will take you directly to the show tonight that we're going to be doing after this. We do it off platform.
It's pretty much the gala event of the century.
Yeah. No, we already admitted to the vehicular manslaughter. We've already done our time. We got out last week. You just said you haven't watched for 5 years. So that's what happened. It was tough in the joint. It was tough in the joint.
Shit gets wild when you steal taco trucks.
Yeah, so this is just something fun, like a little different than what we usually do, and there's going to be several rounds. Round one, we compare all of their theme songs.
Yeah, that's going to get the juices flowing.
So we're gonna match them up bracket style. So pairing them up, the highest seeds, the ones I felt were like the most popular, I seeded the highest, and then low seeds were like the ones that barely made the list. Obviously, some are going to get left off. We couldn't do 64 of them. That would have taken all night. 32 is a stretch. So I had to leave some of them off. There are some honorable mentions that I'm sure we'll mention while we do it.
Yeah, a lot of people are going to be hurt. There's no Boy Meets World on the list.
A lot of people meaning you.
Yeah. But I speak for, the majority of sickos in our fan base.
I see Amanda Kiefer asking dinosaurs. one criteria that I had was that it had to be at least partially live action, not all puppets.
Oh, really?
And Dinosaurs really wasn't that popular. Like, it wasn't that big of a success.
Yeah, I would have thought that's why Dinosaurs didn't make the list.
So I looked at, like, who won Emmys, who had, like, crazy high ratings, who had actors that, like, transcended sitcoms and became, like, huge actors in movies and other shows. All that kind of stuff. Just like sheer popularity, like what kind of ratings did they put up? And the other criteria was they had to be live action, they had to be defined as a sitcom. I used Wikipedia to reference some of that. And they had to have started before the year 2000. One, like, some of them started in the 90s and ended in the early 2000s. That's okay. But it had to start before the 2000s. So
there's rules to this. We can't just willy-nilly throw a bunch of sitcoms together.
No.
That wouldn't be an official March Madness sitcom list, as Drunken Peasants would not do an unofficial list, okay?
There were personal favorites that I left off because I was like, they're not iconic enough. They didn't pull big numbers. I just liked them. Some of them, even in retrospect, when I watched them in reruns, like late 70s, early 80s ones that I didn't really watch because I was either not born yet or too young to remember them, that I watched on reruns in the 90s that I ended up liking. Like, there's one called Soap, which was groundbreaking and amazing and had a whole bunch of spin-offs. And it launched the careers of a lot of really good actors and shit, but it really wasn't that huge.
Yeah.
You know?
And although Boy Meets World was groundbreaking, it really didn't pick up until syndication is really where it solidified itself as one of the greatest sitcoms of all time.
I remember watching it. I remember watching like the first couple seasons of it because it was part of the TGIF lineup, and it was like geared towards my age group at the time.
Yeah.
But now, I don't know, I haven't gone back and watched it, but like a lot of the shows I liked at that time, I look back at and they're like cringe to me.
Oh, Boy Meets World holds up.
I don't know. I
very
feel like
good.
watching it would be like me watching Saved by the Bell, which makes me cringe.
It definitely
really
holds
hard.
up better than Saved by the Bell, but Saved by the Bell is special. It's supposed to make you cringe. It's supposed to make you remember what it was like to be a pervert in the 90s.
Kenan and Kel. Yeah, that one did not make the list. I didn't really pick any Nickelodeon stuff. I picked like mostly primetime sitcoms.
This is not your dad's March Madness.
Yeah.
Even though it is your dad's sitcoms.
Because I could have done like Saved by the Bell or like those kind of really bad like teen sitcoms. I didn't pick those. So these were all like primetime network sitcoms.
Yeah, these are like if you're not familiar with these sitcoms, you should be, and you should give $5 just to make sure you're a part of television history.
Yeah.
And you watch tonight March Madness. It's going to be so freaking good. I can't tell you guys how good it's going to be.
I already have the bracket set up. I don't want to spoil everyone who's in it. Obviously, the shows you see here, and it was obvious, like Friends and Seinfeld were going to be on it. I threw Alf in there. Alf was huge. I was like in the first grade when Alf came out. They had to build a whole special set for Alf because it was the puppeteer was standing with like the rest of the set like at chest level for him, and then all the actors stood on the regular floor of the set. It was so weird, and I guess it took a long time to make, and it was more costly than most.
They had
sitcoms
that puppet show with Bobcat Goldthwait that came on later. Was
Unhappily Ever After. It was like a mixture of Alf and Married with Children.
Yeah, they had to build
and
this.
then he was banging the redhead that like played the teenage girl.
Alf was?
No,
Bobcat.
Later on.
They had to build the special set for that too. The special set was Nikki Cox, the redhead's set of perfect boobs. By the way, she was dated Eric Matthews from Boy Meets World early on. If you guys follow the Boy Meets World podcast,
you're the only one here that does.
They'll tell you all about it.
Okay. So for those of you that aren't familiar, so you see Seinfeld, there's the Jeffersons, Sanford and Son, Friends, Taxi, Cheers,
Beefy
and MASH.
McSteak wants to know what planet Alf came from.
Melmac.
What? That's some good Melmac right there.
You want to see?
Is Alf gonna win the entire thing just based off of Melmac memes?
I doubt it. But we'll see who Alf has to go up against. They're definitely a low seed.
Our audience is sick in the head.
They barely made the cut.
Man, I don't know. Our audience is wild. They might Melmac.
I think you're trying to plant the seed. You're quite the manipulator, Bill Fridge. You're trying to plant the seeds.
I actually don't manipulate at all. I just foretell. I have visions of the future, and I can predict our audience. They are fine folks.
Listen, he'll just keep layering on the bullshit. The longer I stay quiet, he'll keep layering and layering and layering it on.
The only bullshit tonight.
Here it comes.
The only bullshit tonight was your title for this video. That clickbait title, which by the way,
the truth is out.
Which by the way, I haven't tuned into DP for 5 years, and I tuned in because of your title, and it turns out it was a clickbait.
Shit.
Come on.
While I was setting up the show, I noticed that there was a rerun of a StreamYard from last night where Marty gets Cyrax into a call, and Cyrax is doing his typical midget wrestler thing that he does, oh Marty, and Marty muted him and forced him to listen to him being like, "You're the king, Marty." It's so funny.
Picking on
Here it
that
is.
poor boy.
I'm right here. You didn't end shit. If you ended me, I'd be 6 feet under. I'm still here. You didn't end
his whole thing is the only way you win a fight is if you killed me. Is like his philosophy. It's like, what?
Well, look at him. That's probably how he's going to win life, is when someone kills him.
Oh,
he's
my God.
suffering. Did you know that Cyrax, his entire set is exactly like the Alf set in his living room? Because he's
he
also
a
puppet. Yeah.
Oh.
Cyrax is a grade D hand animal.
shit. You didn't end nothing, boy. Because you ain't a fighter like me. You're a bitch. Oh.
Okay, so I'm going to play a video again for you. Listen to this little puny man's, probably like a little girl. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. He doesn't even look like a human being. It's gross. It's gross. So let's listen to the tough guy talk while this plays.
This is great.
Okay, let's listen to the tough guy talk while this plays.
I like how if I had a body like that, I would leave my shirt on. Like, his body looks simultaneously like he's 10 and 80 years old at the same time. It's so weird.
Cyrax is like the Hills have ICP tattoos.
Tough guy, come on. You want a tough guy? Come get me.
By the way, I noticed Music Biz Marty, he's getting no effects recommendations on the side of his video there. So I'm just saying he's probably a no effects fan.
Oh, they're going to say sicko.
Come get me, bitch. You pussy. You pussy.
Why
you
bitch? I couldn't just come up here and see.
And this is some guy Cyrax brought with him to help defend him. But by the end of it is like, oh, I had no idea he was a PDF
The
file.
Drift King?
No, the Drift King is Marty.
Okay.
What this was. Now our information got dogs.
The guy talking like
we
this.
wouldn't be here if our information. Look at this. He's showing video.
Oh, here it is.
Marty, knock it off.
he gets so mad about this.
Oh my God.
A PDF file, like an Adobe document, a PDF file.
Cut the video off now. Do I come to shut your damn thumb, cut your tongue out, and make you eat it? Come on, Marty.
He talks such a huge game.
Cut your tongue out and make you eat it. And then he ran up on him and just got freaking waffle stomped so quickly, and then cried and called Marty the King. It's so funny. This is cute as hell.
Hey, Marty, why don't you tell the truth? You like William Glory or this thing, you faggot. Cut the damn thing no more. Yeah.
He keeps replaying and screaming.
You wanna beat your ass. Hey, that's right. Come get me, you bitch-made faggot. I'll break your goddamn jaw.
If he was like a super like buff bodybuilder looking dude, he could be in the WWE because he can cut a promo with that voice, like, or maybe in the 80s
If
he
he
could have
wasn't
been.
a complete idiot, he could be in the WWE. He's an unsafe idiot though. Like if he had a small amount of brain power, he could Spike Dudley. He could be the creep that everybody. He could be the most hated
The
Spike
Marco
Dudley.
stunt.
He could be the most hated Spike Dudley. You'd be like, oh, I want to see Big Show kick this guy right in the junk. Right? That's what you would want. But he's too dumb to get kicked right.
I'm gonna rip your fucking skull out of your body, bitch. Come on, Marty. Hey, Marty, shut the fuck up, you faggot two-faced little bitch. Hey, Marty, your mom's calling. Hey, Marty, your girlfriend's coming over to suck my dick, bitch.
Yeah, I'm sure of that.
I mean,
he's like, yeah, I'm sure of that.
I don't hear any consent involved in it. We know Cyrax isn't a fan of consent.
Tell your girlfriend to come suck my dick, cause you ain't shit.
I'm sure that's the thing. I'm sure that.
No, you ain't shit, boy.
Yeah, no, I'm sure that's a thing. I'm sure that's a real thing right there, Cyrax. I bet you that's a real thing.
Hey, Marty, why don't you shut your
I
faggot
bet
ass
you
mouth?
that's a real thing.
He handles him so perfectly. Like normally he's all calm like this. It was only when Cyrax literally like charged at him that it was like, all right, I guess now you're getting your ass kicked. It's ridiculous.
Oh no, you had William Gordon all do your.
Oh, here it is.
You win. You win. You win. Please let me go. I'm thanking you.
Look at him. He's just talking trash the whole time, but he's muted.
Get up.
You mad 'cause I'm telling the truth?
You little bitch.
This is my
You little bitch.
Bitch, look in the mirror, you delusional fuck.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
Look in the mirror, you delusional fuck.
Whatever, dude. Whatever, dude. You'll talk.
Marty, don't let him me, you fat ass piece of shit.
I will whatever you. You wouldn't even be talking to me like this if I was anywhere near you. You both know that. You wouldn't be talking anything like this to me if I was there.
Oh,
And you
he'd
know
be
that.
apologizing.
So stop.
I'm sorry, you're the king, Marty. You're the king.
You
You're the
are.
king.
Pretend I'm there right now and get back to your little bitch. Please, Marty, just stop attitude. I'm sick of it. So just stop. Okay? Just stop with this tough guy nonsense. You're a little bitch. Okay?
And come do something. If you're sick,
Then come do something.
Come do something.
I'll be back there at the beginning of next month. So just stop it. Don't get yourself killed and just stop it. Okay? Just stop it.
I want you to try to kill me because the minute that you try it, I'm beating that ass, boy.
Okay, so let's go back and let's hear a couple of things here. Man,
You are Marty. You're the king, Marty.
And he loops it here. It's hilarious.
Shut the fuck up. Fine. You win. You win. You win.
let's do it again, Cyrax.
You win, Marty.
Do it again. Do it again, tough guy.
Get the fuck out of here. Who's the king? You are. Then you're way
Let
down.
me get the timestamp on that.
Shut
Let me get the timestamp on that.
You are. Who's the king?
Oh God. You are.
You are.
Who's the king? You are.
Who's the king?
You are.
Who's the king? You are.
Who's the king? You
What's up,
are.
Cyrax?
Marty,
What's up, Cyrax? Remember that?
I
You need to remember
know. Yo,
You need to remember that. You need to remember that right now. You need to remember that. Okay?
Yeah.
You are. You are, Marty. You are.
You need to remember that. Okay.
Cyrax probably doesn't have like, you know how like you have a hard drive? You have a hard drive and your hard drive can store tons of information. and then you have a memory, like a memory card on your computer, a memory stick. And the memory is like storing current processes on your computer.
You mean like RAM?
Yeah, your RAM, random access memory.
Yeah.
Cyrax probably doesn't have much of a hard drive, and it's full of like 1990s wrestling. His hard drive's small and full of wrestling, but his RAM is fucking almost non-existent. And all he can do is spout off his most recent thought. The second he was running home, he didn't cross that street before he forgot how bad he got his ass whooped.
I'm still standing.
Yeah.
But when the cops got there, all of a sudden he was like almost murdered. So he has enough wellness.
He also didn't remember that he wasn't almost murdered. He was just put down like a bitch and made to fucking apologize. He lied to the cops. I was almost murdered. No, you got fucking dropped and humbled.
Yeah. Humble.
My guy has a full hard drive and low RAM. That's Cyrax in a nutshell.
Yeah. So Cyrax has been talking trash to Marty for years, and then Cyrax made like a threat online to Marty, and then Marty was like, all right, I'm coming to your town then.
Yeah.
And Marty like showed up a few times, and this last time he was like right down the street from Cyrax's house.
He got like an Airbnb down from Cyrax's house.
He had a webcam with a live stream
towards Cyrax's house.
Yeah.
Or the area of the house.
Yeah, and then Cyrax like came out. He appeared out of nowhere.
There was a car that drove by, and I think Cyrax maybe was clinged onto the side of the car.
Like the gremlin
yeah,
in
like
the
a gremlin,
Twilight Zone movie on the side
catching
of the
a free ride.
Yeah.
And he may have dispersed from the side of the car because as the car pulled away, Cyrax was just there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then he runs up on Marty, right towards Marty, and Marty just biffs him.
You can't see most of it, but you can see like the fall, and then it's on the ground and you can't see it.
Yeah, but you can hear him just, "You're the king, Marty. You're the king."
He's screaming too.
He was big boss, and then he was without the sauce that quickly. He got emptied very quickly. Marty sounds schizo as well. Marty, yes, is a little schizo.
When you talk some crazy shit and you end up pissing off someone that's even more crazy, you did it to yourself.
Yeah, like Marty. Marty has to be a very special person to fucking want to do any of this.
Like go to Akron, Ohio,
right?
And sit around. Yeah. Here it is. Here's the video. Just the part where he appears is so creepy.
Come on by, buddy boy.
Here it comes. All right. This car right here, when this car passes by, he's just like there.
Look in
like,
front of you. Is there a Cyrax in front of this car? No, there's no Cyrax in front of this car.
Cyrax threatened Marty's girlfriend and kids. Yes, I know. I mentioned that earlier. I mentioned that.
Yeah, of course. But here's the other thing. Cyrax is not capable of delivering on any of his threats. So, like, even if he threatens Marty's girlfriend and kids, there's nothing Cyrax can really actually do. There's no actual threat. There's just wordplay. So Marty then, as a human being,
is like,
can
fuck you,
either
you
choose
little
to
boglum.
ignore it, or he can make this fucking content.
So watch how he appears. It's so creepy. Here we go.
Woo!
There he is. Out of nowhere.
He must have just jumped off the side of that car.
The shirtless little boglum.
He must have been riding Gremlin style.
One more time. It's like magic. It's like David Blaine set this shit up. Look, there he is. No.
Come on.
Marty.
No, I don't give him credit for being stupid. I'm sorry, I'm not going to give him credit. If he had actually beat his ass, I would have been like, whoa. If Cyrax would have beat Marty's ass, then I would have been like, wow, that is impressive.
I mean,
but no, he ran up on him and got his ass handed to him.
What sort of credit do we want to give him?
I mean, like, it would have been impressive, at least, for a guy his size to be like a hard ass to that level.
I'll give him like a line of credit for any one thing he wants at the dollar store. I got you on that. I'm sure there's $2 stores across the street from each other in this town.
What would you leave me alone, boy?
Why would you leave me alone, boy? Yeah, but then it happens, and you guys all heard him screaming earlier. So
The donation hit it. By the way, thank you. The Joe is awesome for the Dow. Music is coming along slowly because I died this year, but thank you for that. Yeah, I guess I saw the Cyrax thing when we replayed. The audience said that the donation covered it up. There's literally nothing to cover up, though. Cyrax.
Oh, the appearing part?
Yeah, Cyrax literally came out of nowhere.
Yeah. All right, one more time. Here's the car. Woo, there he is.
That fucking guy had to have been holding
It's
onto the side of the car like a
crazy.
gremlin. He had to have been gremlin riding. Gremlin ride the
It's
whip.
like I've been to Vegas and seen a lot of magic shows.
Black Box Oracle says Marty fought for what he loved. That's why he won. That's fair. Also, Cyrax is
He's like 5 foot even.
He's like if you mutated a potato and a shrimp together. That's how you get a Cyrax, and then you have to like leave it in an unflushed toilet.
Cyrax is the child of King Cobra JFS and the retarded girl whose boobs he felt.
That's hot.
Do you remember that story?
So, like, if Cyrax told me in a wrestling promo that he was an abortion survivor, I'd believe it. I'd believe it. I'd be like, yeah, this guy definitely survived a freaking coat hanger.
Yes. He's a coat hanger survivor.
I would believe that. Ladies and gentlemen.
I'm going to put the link in there one more time. I'm going to pin it.
I saw Dave earlier signed up for the $5 Patreon. Those of you that want to come through, watch with us. If you're not already a patron, $5 or above.
It's $5. You can cancel anytime.
You might
You'll
as
get
well
another
come.
show a week from today, too.
Yeah,
which will
two
be
shows. 2 shows for $5.
$5.
You know what you can't get for
Can't beat
2 for
that.
$5? You can't get a burger at Wendy's 2 for $5. They're 2 for $6 right now. That's their
Don't tell
March
Jeff
Madness
Holiday.
special. That's their
Oh,
March
shit.
Madness
I didn't want to
special.
play that. I want to play this.
That's the way
you're going to learn a lot.
The Wookiee Wumbles survived an abortion at the gathering of the Juggalos. That'd be a good shirt. I went to the gathering of the Juggalos, survived an abortion. All I got was this stupid shirt. You prefer calling it Wendy's because it's trendy? The trendy Wendy's?
That's like the German version of Wendy's.
Wendy's?
Or Indian. I notice when Indians pronounce a W word, they pronounce the W like a
Rex
V.
and Marty finally played the racing game, and it appears Rax was cheating with a steering assist because you see his car make a turn while his hands are off.
That no good Cyrax is cheating at games?
Yeah, because he fancied himself as like a racing gamer. Like he was really good at these racing games. But apparently not so much. What a
he
surprise.
cheated? Well, Cyrax isn't very good at the human race either, so somebody cheated him, though, at the human race. Poor son of a bitch.
Yeah, I mean,
Downtown hobo on the ground.
he got catfished just like Jared did.
Cyrax?
Yeah, multiple times.
For underage stuff?
Yep. Yeah, there's all the it's the same story. Like he's in the DMs with someone he believes is underage and he sends them dick pics. It's
Yeah.
like the same shit.
Happens to the worst of us.
Yeah. Jared Genesis and Cyrax.
Which Jared Genesis has so much more going for him physically and mentally than Cyrax.
The physical is a huge deficit. The mentally, pretty close.
I think Jared has more mental capability than Cyrax by a noticeable amount. That being said, Cyrax might be more successful in life than Jared. That's the
I think
fucked up
Cyrax
part.
lives with his grandparents.
Yeah.
Cyrax is more pop. I mean, it's the wrong kind of popular, but
But Cyrax has also had, I think, consensual girlfriends. Didn't he date Gothi?
I don't know.
There's more measurable success in Cyrax's life than in Jared's life. I'm pretty sure. What's up, Danny from LA? Everybody coming through tonight.
Come hang out with us. It's going to be a fun show tonight. $5, and it gives you a membership on our Patreon. We're going to do another show a week from today as well. It's our actual Mania monthly event where we put different competitors against each other, and the fans vote on that too. We like voting. We like hearing what people think.
I don't even like it. I tolerate it for you, the viewer. And that's more than I think you deserve, but I'm happy to give it to you. I'm happy. You guys do not get on my nerves. I'll tell you that much, Drunken Peasants fan base.
Yeah, guys, I decided to be, usually I'm very honest with the titles, and today I'm like, whatever. Maybe it's weird how you get rewarded for that. You pull in new viewers and everything. I don't like doing that. I'd like to be like, we're talking about this specific issue.
I love lying to our audience. I do it most of the show.
That was a lie.
It's highly entertaining.
That was a lie.
Sometimes I think about our audience as if they were little baby cows, and I'm feeding them little bottles of milk. Because I'm like they don't have a mama cow around, so I get to bottle feed them little bits of milk.
And then you're going to chop them up into steaks when they grow up?
Probably not, no. But it's an option, right? You're our audience. You belong to us, guys. Thank you for watching, by the way.
Who's the king? You are?
You're the king, Marty. King of Akron, Ohio, Marty.
Everyone, please like the stream as well if you haven't already. Pretty soon, we're going to go over there. Just going to spend a couple more minutes here. I'm so...
Confirmed.
This is going to be a huge undertaking because there's so many of them, and we got to get through all of them, and then I have to make new brackets for each round. It's going to be interesting, but we can do it. We can do it.
It's going to be...
We can do it.
It's going to be too good, too sweet.
It's a lot of work. We're putting a lot of work into this. I put a lot of research into it.
Too sweet. Everybody who comes and watches with us tonight, you will be able to complain live in real time about all the results via the Discord live room. It is available to patrons $1 and above, but if you're only a $1 patron, you won't be able to watch. So you technically could sit in there at $1 and not watch and still complain. That's a deal.
Yeah.
Be able to complain for $1?
It shows on the screen whether you're actually watching or not.
Yes.
So, I think it's about that time that we go over there. Meet us over there. It should be fun. See you there.
Wash your balls.